Roof rafter layout. Roofs come in various different shapes and sizes. The ones that we're going to focus on in this video is the gable-ended roof. In this video, we're going to talk about equally pitched roofs. That is, roofs that have the same angle on both sides. In order to do some roof calculations, we're going to have to know some terminology first. So the first thing that we need to know is the thing called span. Span is basically the width of your building. Since we're doing an equally pitched roof, the left side and the right side are just mirror images of one another. So basically we can just look at one side of that roof, and the first thing that we need to do is then find the center point, okay, which is called the ridge line. And measuring from the edge of the outside wall to the center ridge is called the total run. Measuring from the top of the wall plate to the top of the ridge is called the total rise. The total rise divided by the total run gives us the slope of the roof. Since we're working with a right-angled triangle, we can use Pythagorean theorem also to figure out the length of side A. Okay, so we can use Pythagorean theorem to figure out the length of the rafter that we're going to need, but what about our angles? How do we figure out what those angles are? Yeah, I suppose we could use SOHCAHTOA and do that in order to figure it out, but carpenters work much more simply. So I'll show you a method in which we'll use, which will give us the same result, but make it a lot easier for ourselves. So the framing square is basically a right-angled triangle. We've got two sides of the triangle, and then we just have to figure out what the hypotenuse is. So what we do is if we take the total rise and over the total run and think of that as a ratio, and then apply it on the framing square as a number over 12 inches, we'll get a ratio which we can then determine our angles for our rafters. In the next video, I'm going to show you how we use the framing square in order to lay out a rafter. So stay tuned to part 2.